Hi guys, it's Mike from Ham Radio Science. One of the cool things about network radio is that you can get involved with it pretty inexpensively if you already own an Android or a iOS cell phone. Most network radio hobbyists will eventually move on to a handy talkie type unit or a mobile type unit. The downside of these radios are that they can be pretty expensive for what you get. The cost on a handy talkie style network radio, depending on the features and such, typically will run around $150 to $300. Today we're going to take a look at a great alternative to the standard handy talkie style network radio, and actually is one of the better performing products that I've used in this area. And the other great thing, it's very inexpensive. Basically, in a nutshell, the Kyocera E6560 is basically a smartphone with some features that will make it attractive for network radio users. Some of the standout features of the Kyocera E6560 is that it's very inexpensive. It runs about $75 on Amazon. It has a really nice 4.5 screen that is very clear and pretty good color. It's not quite as good as you're going to get on a very expensive smartphone, but it is actually pretty good. The 6560 also includes a large push-to-talk button on the side, which is compatible with Zello. The Kyocera is also housed in a rugged case, so this is going to be a little stronger than your standard smartphone and should survive some drops. Kyocera E6560 is also water resistant down to IP68. Also, the case has a nice solid feel to it. It really feels good in the hand. It has a sort of a little heft to it. The Kyocera E6560 is sold as a AT&T unlocked phone, which you should be able to use this phone with AT&T and T-Mobile and other GSM carriers. Unboxing the Kyocera E6560, you're only going to see a few items. You, of course, get the phone, and you will also get a small pamphlet that very simply shows you how to get started with the phone, and a USB power supply, and of course, along with that, you will get a USB charging cable. On the top of the Kyocera, we have a power button, a headphone jack, and a speaker button that activates the external speakers. The speaker jack is covered by a rubber plug to keep out dust and moisture. On the back of the phone, we have an 8 megapixel camera and a LED flash, and the phone takes pretty decent photographs. On the bottom of the phone, you'll find your micro USB charging cable jack. It also is covered with a waterproof cover. Also on the bottom of the phone is two stereo speakers. These speakers can get pretty loud. You'll also see some hard buttons for the Android operating system. Along the left side of the phone, you'll see a large red PTT button. Also, you have your up and down volume controls in this area. The PTT button is very easy to find and use. Taking a look at the other side of the phone, we'll see our SIM card slot. Now, the Kyocera comes with 32 gigabytes of internal memory, but there's also a slot to add an additional 32 gigabytes of memory through an SD card. The Kyocera E6560 ships with Android version 5.1.1. And this is a pretty fast little version of Android. It seems to be very responsive. The version of Android on here is unlocked and will give you the ability to do things like you typically do on Android phones, like add widgets and so forth. And it works very well with Zello. It's very fast, and the bigger screen makes things a lot easier to work with. The E6560 speakers do a nice job of delivering some very loud and clean audio.
Be quite hazardous, but no, yeah, one day it'd be nice to visit the Isle of Man, especially for the TT. Anyway,
Okay, who is the E6550 for? This would be an ideal device for someone looking to get started in network radio and does not want to spend a lot of money at it. This Kyocera phone can be found around $75 on Amazon. This would also be a great network radio device for the individual that needs a larger screen, because a lot of the handy talkie style network radios do have a very small screen and can be hard to see. The Kyocera would also be great for someone who wants something more discreet or fits in their pocket easily. Also, since it's fairly inexpensive, it could be sort of a throwaway, or it might make a nice gift to someone who wants to get involved in network radio. When compared to the $200 or $250 network handy talkies, this Kyocera phone actually is a whole lot better deal. It's got great audio quality. It has a nice screen. So just something you might want to look into. If you want to see more videos from Ham Radio Science, please don't forget to click the subscribe button below.